Hey, it's Jenx International, and in honor of this being Pride Month, I decided to answer the top 10 questions I'm always asked. Just 10, in no specific order, but I'm going to answer 10 of them. All right, you ready? Let's do this. Number 1, what do I identify as? So the current acronym is LGBTQIA and I'm the G. Well, I mean, I really am a G. Like I'm a thoroughbred. You know what I'm saying? No, but real talk, I'm the G for gay because I am a man that likes men. How old were you when you knew? I was actually, it's not going to sound weird because you know yourself at such an early age, but I knew about myself prior to kindergarten. I didn't know exactly what was going on with me, but what I knew is I was not attracted to girls. I was attracted to boys. So that feeling that people talked about, I experienced that only with boys, not with girls. So I definitely knew something was up with me by kindergarten. Most definitely. So how old are you, kindergarten? What, 5 years old? Bitch. Bitch. Fucking 5 years old? Listen, these kids be knowing. All right, y'all don't be thinking they be knowing, but they be knowing. Shit, I know. Am I transgender? No, I am not. I am cisgendered. Now, y'all may find that to be quite hilarious, but when I first found out about cisgendered, I did not find out about it until a couple of years ago. And I was just like, did you just call me a sissy? Because, bitch, we're going to be beefing if this is the case. But a cisgendered is someone who identifies as the sex that they are born. So although I am a gay male, I was born male and I identify as male. So I am cisgendered. No, I'm not a transgender. No, I'm not a tranny. I'm none of that. You see all of this and you see all of this and I wear the heels. But I'm a man. I'm just androgynous. So I exude the masculinity and the femininity. All right? The other question, it says, okay. Have I ever been with a woman? Nope, 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 nope. I have no desire to. I knew from such a young age, a woman just ain't where it's at for me. Now, so I am what they would consider a platinum gay or an all-star gay, just because I've never had sexual relations with a woman. I've never done anything. Shit, I ain't even touch a titty until I was a grown-ass man. They were just so gooey and stuff. But, yeah, I've done nothing with a woman. I have kissed a girl before. And immediately after it, I regretted it. And I was just like, this ain't it, chief. This ain't it. At all. So, no, I have not been with a woman. And I don't plan to, all right? And I don't mean shit. Because I'm still gonna be gay, whether or not I tried it or not. Because y'all ain't out there trying dick, all right? So how you know you don't like it? Next question. What's my coming out story? Okay. Well, my actual coming out story, I did not come out until I was a freshman in college. And was it the summer before or the summer after? I can't remember if it was the summer before or the summer after my freshman year in college, but I do remember that I contacted my biological mother, who is a minister, by the way, and it was in July. I remember it was July. And I told her, I said, so I just want to let you know that I'm gay. And she was just like, immediately she was just like, so, has anyone ever touched you? And I remember taking offense. I was just like, excuse me? Like, now, like, why would that be the first thing that you be thinking when I'm telling you this? But that's because a lot of times, people don't always believe the fact that you can be born gay. They think that, somebody molested you or sexually mistreated you or something. So we kind of had to get over that little hump of it. And she was just asking all these questions. And then she ended up telling me, my mother told me, she said, I love you unconditionally and with all of me. She said, but I cannot accept that. And I told her, you ain't got no choice. I said, either you take me for all of me. I said, but you don't get to love parts of me and disregard the rest. I said, so it's all or nothing, boo-boo. And literally, I talked to my mother like that. And when I tell you, it was all or nothing, and she took it. So she embraces this. Now, There is a very, which is actually moving into the another one of the questions, which is how does my family feel? My family has a very don't ask, don't tell policy. So although that everybody knew I was gay, you know, it was talked about, you know, amongst themselves, never to my face or whatever the whole case is, it's still something that is not really discussed. So like me and my mother, we don't discuss anything that's gay related, kind of say, I guess you can say. My family, though, they do have the utmost respect for me, and they are very proud of me. The fact that I am true to who I am, I do not budge, I don't change who I am for nobody, and you know the fact that I am fly. Because let me tell you something. You would want to be affiliated with something like this. So the fact is, when I was out in the streets and everything, people always had good things to say, whether or not they embrace or, you know, want to get down with the gay shit. The thing is, I always looked good and I always carried myself in a certain light. So they was like, yo, listen, I don't know what to say about that gay shit, but the nigga is fly. So that kind of gave my family cool points and things of that nature. So they've always been proud of that fact. And I think because of the way I've carried myself and because my reputation has always, succeeded or preceded me? I think it's preceded me. It kind of helped them in processing who I was in that. Now, as far as the men in my family, the men have actually been extremely embracing. Like from my brothers to my biological father, like all the men have kind of been like, yo, like that's my brother, that's my son. You know, it is what it is. I would never forget there was a time when my brothers first seen me in heels. It was our first face-to-face interaction with me with the weaves in the heels. They seen it online, but never face-to-face. And my brothers looked me up and down. And they laughed. And I'm just looking at them like, because what the fuck is funny? And then my older brother, Anthony, was just like, nigga, come give me a hug. And it felt, that was such like a defining moment for me. You know, just for a feminine gay male to be embraced by a masculine male. And the one who was definitely like the patriarch of our family. So I was like, all right, I'll give you a hug. Well, I mean, maybe I got toned down to all right. Maybe I can't be all extra gay with him. But all right, dude. All right, what's up, nigga? Bam. Yeah, so they respect me. And it feels damn good. Oh, but just to clarify, in case, you know, it wasn't all that clear, you know, in case there are wondering minds, no, I was never molested. And I did figure it out. I came out the summer after freshman year of college because my first semester in college was when I declared to the world that I is a gay. Bitch will never be delivered from that, all right? I is what it is. Okay, another question is, what advice would you give to someone struggling with their identity? Honestly, well, now since so much is exposed, there is an entire index and glossary out there of identities, sexual identities, and gender identities. Look them up and definitely see what it is about it that kind of reminds you of yourself. Talk to people, reach out to those, like maybe even individuals such as myself, if you feel comfortable enough to kind of like share certain things, you know, just to kind of get a little bit insight. But what I will tell you is you have to find your safe place. You have to find a haven, and you have to find those who, not to say that they won't pass judgment, but just the fact that they are going to embrace you for who you are and what you are and how you are. And it's extremely important when it comes to being empowered in your self-identity and your gender identity. So I would say to, you know, since the information is out there, research, figure it out, and find those that you can actually share it with and build off of that. That's what I would say. What advice would I give to parents? Ooh. Parents. Whew. You do not have a choice in who your child will be, but you do have a choice in how your child would be. And what I say about that is if they're going to be empowered in who they are, or if they're going to suppress who they are and be shamed and embarrassed. And, you know, I will definitely contribute a lot of how bold and, you know, so solidified in my dominance as far as who I am. I will contribute that, part of that, to even my parents, just because I've never been made to feel less than. when it even came to say like even my brothers or whatever. I've never been called a derogatory term in my family. I have been in the streets by other people, but never like inside in my home. My brothers have never told me, you know, you need to man up. And you know, I used to wonder why, but it's because I guess I've never just been delicate. They always knew that I was good out here in these streets, so they was just like, you know what, he's still a nigga. He good, and you know what, and I am good, nigga. I'm good. You know, so parents, what I would tell you is, if you, that's the thing, is because some of y'all are not really open to the idea. Some of y'all are really not receptive to the whole idea of, you know, homosexuality, bisexuality, and things of that nature. So really, you not the one to talk to your kid, because you will further make the situation worse. They will close up. They won't share things with you, things of that nature. In order for your child, basically, first and foremost, must feel extremely comfortable in order to bring that kind of information to you. So all I can tell you as far as a parent is, if you do think, and if you think that your child is, if you do want to create the conversation with them, what you should probably do is maybe have a movie, something that has some kind of LGBTQ plus content, and just watch it with them. And then afterwards, just kind of try to discuss the movie, like, yo, so what you think about the movie? Like, what about this part? Or what about this character? And then as you're asking about like characters and, you know, even discussing character development, maybe then throw in like, okay, well, you know, I thought it was kind of cool that this happened and blah, 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 and see where your kid's head is at. Because that's the only way that you'll really be able to gauge if they feel comfortable enough to discuss this shit with you. So that's all I can say. But as a parent, love your child. Love your child unconditionally. Being gay ain't the end of the world. It's a lot of motherfuckers out here that's living their best life. So, you know, love your kid. That's all. One of the questions I'm always asked is, do you want children? It's kind of like two-part question. Do you want children, and would you do it the old-fashioned way? For the first part, absolutely. I want a few. I actually want like 4 boys and 1 girl. I used to always want girls, and then I was like, you know what? I ain't got time for this shit. Like, girls is a lot. And then I just feel as though God has a sense of humor, and he gonna give me boys, and they're gonna all be hyper masculine. So it's gonna be like niggas. Ain't nobody gonna be gay. Like, it's gonna be a fool. Am I gonna do it the regular schmegular way? Absolutely not. I'm not having sex with nobody's woman at all. How do I feel about my partner having sex with? No, ma'am. No, sir. We're going to have to do the in vitro and all this other shit. I'm not about to just give you a pass to bone this girl. Because how many times you got bone her until you actually impregnate her? Like, we're not doing all this. No. And if that can't work, then we're adopting. I'm perfectly 100% fine with adopting children and not having my own biological kids. Listen, I'm cool with it. All right? The final question is, explain your evolution. The first time I ever started wearing women's clothing, I was I in high school? All I know is it was a pair of jeans, which was my first item that I bought that was women's, and it was a shirt that zipped up on both sides. And I remember my best friend was like, but you know that's women's. I said, okay. And what that mean? And that was like I wanted a certain fit, and the men's clothes was just so stupid and extra baggy, and that's just not what I wanted with my life. Then fast forward to college. That's really when I got into all of the elements of myself. I started with cowboy heels because I needed like a thick heel. And then I would say that, you know, I would never wear stilettos. And I would literally start buying stilettos, but I would take it to a shoe man and have him switch out the thin heels for the thicker heels because I just felt more comfortable with it. And how I ended up getting into stilettos is because I bought a shoe. And this bitch was so bad, I was like, I cannot change it because it's just bad. Like, it's bad exactly how it is. Y'all, I put that motherfucker on, and it's like the lights from heaven shine down upon thee, and I just graced New York City and all of me, and murder she wrote. As far as like my hair and everything, I've always been adventurous with that. I used to color my hair. I did all of that. I didn't really get into weaves until I was in New York. That's when I started doing sew-ins and things of that nature, and, you know, gluing in tracks, things like that. And as far as the leotards, the high-waisted underwears, or it's just kind of like how my style evolved. But that was really my whole transition of being here in New York and just really kind of like embracing all that I was, you know. So yeah, that's why I contribute a lot of who I am to motherfucking New York. That's why I claim Brooklyn and all this other shit. Although I am a country boy, you know, I was born in Mississippi and raised in Illinois, but I still claim Brooklyn, and it just is what the fuck it is, all right? And that's that. So yeah, that's my motherfucking evolution. And the bitches still have more glowing up to do. I do. I have a lot more glowing up to do. And the bitch is gonna glow, all right? Thank you so much for chilling with Jenx. You got to learn something about me if you didn't know already. So these were the 10 questions that I am most commonly asked regarding myself and my LGBTQ plus status. And there you go.